Hello friends, best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. After a long winter, now it's springtime, 23rd day of April 2024. You're in Kyiv, in Ukraine. And now, after overwintering during long winter, many insects are coming, hatching, flying, running everywhere around. And some of them in nature, but these small insects are hatching from the plants in my laboratory. And this is very small, 2 millimeters size, phytophagous chalcid wasps of very special genus Megastigmus. And these are females, mostly females. Only two small males are here in this small population. And they are sitting inside glass tubes because they are under my personal, very careful investigation for their biology, behavior, and morphology. Where did they come from? They hatched from seeds, to be precise, from fruits of wild rose, Rosa rugosa, very common species of plant which is distributed everywhere around in Europe, in America, in other countries, and very special group of insects living inside seeds of wild rose, inside seeds, inside fruits. I collected fruits of wild rose or dogrose in February. Then these fruits were drying carefully, and after period 2-3 months of overwintering, insects which were developing inside fruits started to hatch. Now we hatched in separate box, separate jar, and I selected them to these small glass tubes because they're hatching very quickly, and I need to calculate the ratio of males and females to study morphology of males and to study morphology of females. And this is genus Megastigmus, as I said. There are two species of Megastigmus well known in Europe, Megastigmus aculeatus and Megastigmus rosa. They're slightly different, but here you can recognize probably Megastigmus rosa with short ovipositor, and two small males without ovipositor for sure. It's interesting to observe these insects because they're hatching usually in big number. Very easy to feed them with drops of water and drops of honey, and it's possible to observe for their behavior. They are hatched in laboratory much earlier than in wild, in natural conditions, because in laboratory warmer than outside. Outside, I guess, they are still sleeping inside fruits. But in laboratory, I brought the seed packages, the fruits of dogrose in February, much earlier, so we had time for quick development. And then these very tiny insects, 2 millimeters size, were making special exit holes from very tough, very strong seeds of dogrose from the fruit, and then hatched in separate jar, and I collected them one by one for investigation. And I am pleased to show you them because one way to show morphology on one individual under microscope, but another way to show them in big number, it's always very interesting to see for their behavior. Insects were attracted by light, so that's why we're running from one dark place to another more light place. Now light is not very strong, so that's why we are coming through the tube from one way to another way. You can recognize them, and you can recognize them that they are females, because females, they have lone ovipositor, where these are just a black stick on the top of a body. So these are females. I will be trying to show you some individuals under the high magnification of microscope. I already did some pictures under the high magnification of microscope with some very small tiny details of head, legs, body and ovipositor. But today this is opportunity to show you just a big number of tubes with big number of specimens of this species, Megastigmus, Rosa, which are running here on screen. If it was interesting for you, you can try to collect yourself these insects very easily. Go to the wild place, to a natural environment, or maybe to your garden or orchard. You can see shrub of dogrose, collect old dogrose fruits, keep them in a jar until the spring, middle of spring, just beginning of summer. And before beginning of summer, you can always recognize that some fruits will have emergence holes, and you can always find small insects inside your jar. Insects will be crawling on inside the jar because these tiny individuals will hatch out of seeds, out of fruits of dogrose. And you can make your personal discovery in your country, in your city, in your village of these very interesting insects. And if you are interested to know the species, I'm interested, for example, to cooperate with you. So send me a message, send me your samples, and save your insects dry or in alcohol or dry in this type of glass tubes for further investigation. I can study them under microscope, identify them, and we can make the type of cooperation with you. Maybe to publish scientific paper about distribution of these insects in Palearctic region or Nearctic region or another region with identification of this species. It will be very interesting if you can make this type of experiment in your village, in your city, in your laboratory, or just at home. And if you can save insects, send them to me. I will really appreciate your cooperation. Make experiment, save insects, such kind of glass tubes or plastic tubes, dry with cotton cork. Add label with date of collecting, your name, place of collecting, save it, send it to me by post, and we can make scientific publication about this insect. Why not? We can make a discovery of new distribution plate. It will be very interesting. Thank you for interest. Thank you for cooperation. Contact me via email and I can give you my home address or laboratory address where you can send me your insects for the study. Thank you for attention. Press like, write your comments, ask questions. Always very pleased to contact with you and see your feedback. Bye bye. Good luck. See you soon on my channel.